Hi, I'm Steve Brosnahan. I'm a cartoonist, and I've created a method of cartooning I call Cartoonagrams. It is a method of drawing that involves letters of the alphabet used to build cartoon characters. It's extremely easy to learn and extremely easy to remember, and I hope you'll join me in trying one during this video. Okay, we're about to draw our first cartoonagram together. A few things you should know about cartoonagrams before we get started. First of all, each letter in the hint word that we'll be using will be used at least once and some more than once. The hint word for this drawing is C-L-O-V-E-N. This word is pronounced cloven. It's a real word. It can be loosely defined as meaning something that is in half or split in half. This word will have a connection to the drawing that we're about to do. As I said, each letter will get used at least once, some more than once. The position of the letter won't matter. Some letters will be used sideways, some backwards, upside down. We're cartoonists today. We can use letters any way we like. I'm going to ask you to draw with a crayon for 3 good reasons. 1, you can see the line of a dark crayon, if that's what you're using, as opposed to a pencil line, which could be too light. 2, you can lighten up or darken a crayon line much easier than you can a pencil or a marker. And 3, you can't erase crayon. I don't want you erasing. Please don't erase. This is a fun drawing we're going to do. Let it happen the way it's going to happen the first time. If it doesn't go perfectly well, draw it again. It won't take long to do that, and you can keep practicing until you get it closer to perfect. This is an imperfect method. I like it that way. It gives the drawing more personality. So let's get started. First letter that we'll be using. In the middle of your paper, we will begin with a letter O. Pretty easy so far, huh? Put a small mark under the O to remind me that I've used it at least once. Inside that O, a thick letter C. I'll ask you to draw some letters thicker than others. There's a thick letter C. Above the letter O, the letter N. That's an eyebrow. In Italian, the word for eyebrow is sopracciglio. Make a note of that. To the right of this O, another O. Stuck to it with a thick letter C, once again, and another N, or sopracciglio. We get to use a sideways letter now. Here it comes. It is a letter V on its side. Below that V, letter L. Short part goes down, long part tilts up, as you can see. Speaking of C, a small backward C on the end of that L. Another C, I like C's. From between the ends, a C goes up and flops over a little bit. So this thing's shaping up. You may have a guess as to what it's going to be. You're probably wrong at this point. Here comes a C on its back. Leans back a little bit, almost touches there, but not quite. Gets close and then it stops. Another C on its back. Gets up close to the V and it stops. We are 2 steps away from completing this drawing, believe it or not. Here comes the letter E. On its side, you see the 3 arms of the E, but the back of the E is part of this L. You don't have to draw it again. No need to. The final step is coming at you. I'm going to give you a few hints to see if you can figure out what this is going to be. First of all, this thing has a connection to the word cloven, which means, or can mean, split in half. Sometimes you see this thing in half. That's one hint. Second hint, this thing has something to do with the ocean. It actually has influence over the oceans, though it does not exist in the oceans. Second, third hint. In the year 1969, something really important happened involving this thing. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm going to help you now. This is the magic trick part of this drawing. Start here, pull one more C all the way around the outside and connect it here. And you should be looking at a smiling half moon. Half moon connecting with the word cloven. The moon controls the tides. In case you didn't know that, the gravitational effect of the moon on the earth controls the tides. They rise and fall because of that. And in the year 1969, Apollo 11 was the first spacecraft from Earth to land on the moon with humans in it, and the first human, Neil Armstrong, took his first steps there. That's the connection to 1969. Thank you very much for joining me, and please join me again for another Cartoonagram soon. Well, if you enjoyed drawing that cartoonagram, I can tell you that my book, Anyone Can Draw Cartoonagrams, can teach you 26 of them. People tell me the book works better than I do when it comes to instructing these things. The book is available through my website, www.stevebcartoons.com, and the purchase of the book helps to support the Tomorrow Fund for Children with Cancer. Thanks for joining me, and I hope I get to teach you another Cartoonagram soon.